Hello, everyone. We're back again. We apologize for the technical issues. Catherine's computer malfunctioned, and we lost audio, and we lost. What did we lose? We lose audio and visual for a second. I was hearing you temporarily. You're just like I heard you. I don't know if you were listening. You heard me talking at all, but I was.
No, I can hear you.
Yeah, I for a moment I was just hanging out, just looking around, and I was talking a little bit, and then I heard, "Can you hear me?" And then I heard you, and I was like, "Yeah, I can hear you." And then I don't know if you heard that part. So you were talking about how you carry crystals around.
Yeah, but that broke the computer, so
You broke the internet with the crystals. Why do you carry crystals?
it's something that some of my friends had kind of introduced me to, and whether it's like a real thing or not with crystals helping with energy, I have the intention that they do, so they do seem to kind of keep me calm and not let as much crap bother me.
You seem pretty level-headed as is. Is that your natural state, or do things test your patience?
Oh, things definitely test my patience, but not as much as they once have. And I think, again, that's a part of realizing that what my boundaries are with being around people. Introverts need to have alone time so that they can deal with stuff that tests patience, just like extroverts need to have people time.
Yeah. I read an article about introverts and extroverts, and with introverts, being around people is incredibly energy draining.
Yes.
Would you say that it's abnormally sucks energy out of you?
Yes. Hence the crystals too.
Yeah. And you're an ICU nurse.
Yes.
And that means you are forced to be in these situations where you have to talk to people. Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Well, we have 2 patients each, occasionally 3, but usually it's just 2 patients each. And those are the people we have all day. So it's kind of nice because it's very one-on-one, and you really get to know the patients and their family. So it's not like in the emergency room where you see 30, 40 patients a day. It's just 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might go into other rooms to help other people with their patients, and then of course there's like the staff and the doctors and the PT and OT, and there's lots of people. But I work on the weekends, so there's like half as many people as during the week. And now I know that sometimes I just need to take a break, and I can kind of like tell when I need to go hide in a closet somewhere.
Do you do that?
I'll go take like pee breaks, which is very rare. So yeah. So not a closet, more like a water closet.
Okay. Do you only work on the weekend? Is that? And what do you do during the week?
Occasionally during the week. What?
What's that?
Occasionally during the week. So full time is 3 days.
Okay.
It's 12 hours.
How many hours is a full day?
It's a 12-hour shift, which usually comes out to 13 hours. It's a bad day.
You work 3 13-hour days?
Sometimes. Usually I just do the weekends, and then I'll pick up extra.
So how many gallons of coffee and or Monster energy drinks do you consume during those days?
This is a great question.
I probably won't. Okay. Out of all the questions, this is the best question ever, and it's gonna be 5 gallons. No, go ahead.
Any nurse, it's probably the most important question, really, is how much coffee is there. So I'll have like 2 before I leave.
2 cups.
Before I even get there. And then Starbucks is only open till like 10 o'clock at my hospital on the weekends. So I'll
The
get
hospital has Starbucks?
yes.
Wow.
Yeah. But they're only open till 10 on the weekends.
Okay. 10 in the morning or 10 a.m.? 10
10
at night.
a.m. Yeah. 10 in the morning.
10 in
So
the
I should at
morning.
least be for that. Yeah. So I'll probably get like a grande something before that. And then after that we have coffee we can make on the unit. Like big cups of it. So it could be a lot.
Would you say at least a pot?
Yeah.
Do you mix it with anything?
Creamer or chocolate milk stuff.
Chocolate milk.
Or hot chocolate mix.
So hot chocolate mix, is that the same as chocolate milk?
No, it's hotter.
It's hotter.
You have to put it in that. But
So it's like you have a chocolate coffee, essentially.
yeah, I have mochas all the time.
And you drink that all day long.
Yes, which is not good, and I need to drink more water. So sometimes I'll get
Yeah,
home and realize that I have had maybe 8 ounces of water all day.
yeah. I understand that completely as an artist, drinking copious amounts of coffee, and then you're like, oh no, it's nighttime. I gotta drink some water. And I agree. I understand that completely. Um, would you say your job's stressful at all?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you had any? Do you have any interesting stories,
None that I
heartwarming
can
stories, uh, or scary stories, or
I have all
stories where you read scary stories?
I have all those stories, but I can't tell any of them because
Oh, you
that's
can't?
a violation.
Oh, really? Really?
We have to be tight-lipped.
So you like what if like well, you don't have to, like, I'm not talking about persons, like, but you can't say like a dude came in and cut off his leg, and it was awful. We tried we tried reattaching it, but we found out that we attached it to the other leg, so he has two legs on one leg.
I think that would definitely be against hospital policy to talk about a mistake like that.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that happens, but if that did happen, where that'd
Well,
be that,
there's a reason why you put right and left on legs before operations, because that has happened enough places that that's necessitated.
like you write the words.
Yeah, you have to, the doctor, the PA, or the MP, or somebody will come in before the surgery, either the day before or the morning of, and they'll write like right or left on which leg it is and sign it.
And sign it. Oh, so so
And
they'd write right or left on the legs and
Mhm.
sign it.
Yes.
I never knew that. That I mean, that makes sense. You never think that kind of mistake would happen. I mean,
It has enough. Yeah.
it has enough. It's happened a lot.
It must be if there's those policies in place.
Yeah. And as an ICU nurse, that job, incredibly demanding, 13 hour days, taking care of other people, highly stressful. Outside of art, what is your outlet for some things like that? The things that you are experiencing at that your day to day. Do you have another source to vent your frustrations? Like how many gallons of vodka do you drink? No, uh, you know what I'm saying, right? What do you have that is another channel that you tap into?
I do meditate a lot. I try to every day. That helps. And TV is wonderful. I like TV. I think that's it. Yeah. And my husband lets me vent a lot.
So your husband's an ear?
Yes, he's a great ear.
Yeah.
So if I come home, I can't really tell him what happened during the day, but I can sure complain about stuff around it, or just vent how sad or horrible or awesome something was, but
you you come in and you're like, the doctor can't. The doctor switched the hands again. The guy has a left hand on the right hand and the right hand on the left hand. I can't believe he's done it 5 times in a row, and we keep labeling his the hands that he's supposed to reattach, and he's doing it all wrong again. I'm so upset. I need more coffee.
Yeah.
So you meditate a lot. Like, what's that? What kind of, describe what kind of meditation you do, and like what's that like?
It depends. Wait, it's all echoey. Hold on. Why would it be echoey?
I don't know why.
Okay. It's
Google
another
it.
question. Oh, now it's not doing it.
Yeah.
Well, it takes a lot of practice to be able to meditate, like on the well, I guess. I mean, it's like anything else. You just have to kind of practice. And at this point, I can just kind of do it whenever I need to, even if it's just for like a second. And like, I'll do that at work a lot. Like, just kind of like, and level things out and kind of clear away all the crap that's going on around me and go, okay, back to 0. And we continue with the day. So like in the moment, right now, whatever happened 5 minutes ago doesn't matter right now. Focus on now. And so meditating or taking a second to do that just lets you kind of breathe in those emotions, process them, and let them go so that you don't have to hold on to them anywhere. And I think that's the important part, is just to give yourself time and space to feel whatever it was that you felt that day, whether it be good or bad, and then be okay letting it leave. It's just like kind of starting fresh every time you do it.
How'd you start out with with meditation? Like, what introduced you to that? Like, were you reading something, or did you listen to something and they're like, do this, you know?
Yeah. Probably started with going to therapy, as some suggestions, and they'll give you like some prompts, and they're kind of stupid and like, yeah, just kind of, what's a good word for that? Not stupid, hokey. Like the handouts that you'll get, hokey, like
hokey.
Yeah, like campy.
Campy. What like what's a silly prompt that they had you do?
I don't. It's so cringy. I don't remember. See, I just blocked it out. It's too bad.
Oh, it's you've literally subconsciously blocked out that terrible thing that you had to do.
It's so embarrassing. Yeah, I think so.
And how long do you meditate? Like, what's the longest when you get do you block out time when you meditate? Do you have it, or is it just like as random as you say it is?
I used to block out time until it got more normal, and then so I would try to do like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But yeah, now I'll try to do it before I go to bed, and then just whenever throughout the day. And I try to kind of show my kids how to use it to relax and calm down. It doesn't work on them, but eventually it might.
It doesn't work on them?
No, they're crazy.
They're crazy?
Well, they're kids and they're
crazy. What makes them so crazy?
They're stuck inside.
Oh, stuck
and
inside.
Yeah.
And they're a kid. They're like, I want to get out. Are you able to go out? Do you go for walks or anything, or?
They do. Yeah. I try to use the time that they're out of the house to paint.
Oh yeah. And do you have like a yard that they can play in?
Yeah. Yes.
Like I'm at the like those photos from the 50s where there's a, what's that?
I have the like white picket fence.
You do?
Yeah.
So okay, so yeah, that's what I was trying to picture like some sort of like old painting of like the like nuclear family where like kids are playing out in the yard and this people are doing families doing their family things, right? So that's what it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, I was told by a friend uh, that meditation is like, correct me if this is kind of, or correct me if I'm wrong, but like it's like a river, and the river is all your thoughts, and the thoughts are moving in a stream or river or whatever, and what we typically do is we try to like we're trying to grab those thoughts out of the river, and really what you need to do is let the river of thoughts keep going. Right? Is that something kind of like that?
Yeah, I people start with meditation thinking that they need to stop thoughts and that
Uh-huh.
it's supposed to be completely, and then you end up with the whole like a couple thoughts. You go, damn it, be quiet, and then you start
Yeah.
again. You're like, don't talk. Um, but you're really there just to observe. So it's like hanging out on the side of the stream, watching it go by.
Uh-huh.
You don't
So
have to be in it or.
so when you're meditating, what popular song is going on in loop in your head?
What pop song?
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, right now it's from Trolls. We've been watching Trolls 1 and 2 nonstop, like nonstop for
Trolls?
for days. Yeah, maybe a
Trolls
week.
1 and 2.
Yeah. So
Like
there's
that really pop culture movie?
yes, both of my children love it, so I know all the songs. And so right now, it's, hey, we're not giving up today. There's nothing get in my way.
Trolls 1. Maybe I'm thinking about I'm thinking about two different things. What kind of trolls are we talking? Are we talking a cartoon or a movie?
Both ish with Justin Timberlake and
Oh, trolls. Okay,
yeah.
all right. I'm thinking about a different troll movie. I'm thinking about like an old 1980s troll movie, and I was like, that is a very niche movie that you just brought out of nowhere, and I was thinking, what? That Catherine, that is something that was really interesting because I was like, I had no friends that really loved that. They like really weird old movies, and this is like an old troll movie, and I was like, wait a second, I don't recall there was music in those movies at all. And yeah, so Trolls 1 and 2. Then they have I read the 5-minute stories to my daughter, uh, uh, and they have like sparkle character. I don't know, glitters or something. I don't know.
They're
He's
all
all like shiny.
yes. There's
Is that
tiny
why? What's that?
there's Tiny Diamond, which is really cute when my 3-year-old sings his song.
Okay.
But
And so that's the songs you've been. That's the song that goes in your head.
that's it right now. But
Uh-huh.
then I also listen to like Descendants from Disney Channel and Zombies, and both of them know all the words to all of those. So those are also in my head.
Descendants? What's that?
It's 3 movies right now. It's a live action thing, not a cartoon, and it's if the fairy tale like Beauty and the Beast and Maleficent, they have kids, and those kids are in high school, and they're the main characters. And so
Okay.
there's the villains, and there's the good guys, and the villains' kids are the ones that are kind of the stars.
Are they the heroes?
Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's they do an interesting job of showing that you're not always a villain and you're not always a hero,
Mm-hmm.
which is I mean, good for a high school Disney movie. But yes, it's Very catchy songs.
What can you sing some right now?
I don't want to.
You don't want you don't I don't want to I don't want to listen to it. Is that what you're saying?
Well, then it will be sad, but also I don't want to sing it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Awesome. So what else?
What else?
Yeah, like open book, you said.
Ah, Um, I'm a middle child,
Mm-hmm.
and
What's that like?
pretty good. I like it. So I have,
That's I'm the sinner.
yeah.
Um,
But my sister and my brother are both very creative. Um,
competitive,
creative.
creative.
So my brother can draw and do music, and my sister is more just kind of overall creative. And I'm the only one who kind of went down the artist route.
Uh-huh.
My brother did copy me, and he's a nurse. So, ha.
Copycat.
But otherwise,
Tell me a a fond memory you had as a kid, and
mm,
why was it so fond?
uh, these
Tough
are hard
question.
questions. Yeah. Um, let's see. We traveled a good amount. Um, not on vacation, but to like live in other places. Um, not as missionaries. My parents just liked the idea of traveling, and so my mom would get a job overseas, either as like an English teacher or working at an American embassy, and we would get to live somewhere for 6 months or a year or two. Um, and I really enjoyed the kind of perspective of the world that gave me at a younger age, and just
Mhm.
the experiences of it. Um, my favorite was probably Zaire, which is now the Democratic Republic of Congo. Um, and we were there right before. Sorry, there's the thing that popped up right before the war that kind of switched all that from Zaire to the Democratic Republic of Congo. But I was kind of too young to like really fully understand that. So what I do remember are like the smells and the colors and the sounds, and it was definitely something I want to go back and see, but maybe not with my children until they're older. I probably would wait.
Mhm. Did you experience a lot of interesting cuisines as a kid?
No, because I'm a picky eater. So I
Oh,
probably could have, but I probably just wouldn't. Um,
picky eater. What'd you have for dinner?
pasta, spaghetti.
SpaghettiOs?
No, just spaghetti.
Pasta.
Yeah.
Okay. So you traveled a lot, but you didn't really taste, or did your parents like bring American food with them for like 6 months?
I
Or
don't remember. No, no, I guess we did, but it didn't seem like that out of the ordinary. Not enough for me to really remember. Oh, beignets though, because
what's
in
beignet
the
so?
or beignets, the little like donut things that are it's like little balls of fried dough.
Fried dough. And where was that from?
That was in Zaire, but they
Oh,
also have that really big like in New Orleans. Um, they're pretty famous for beignets, and they have like little powdered sugar on top, and are delicious.
how picky of an eater are you?
I won't eat anything with fish. or that has touched fish or smells like fish. That's the pickiest part. Oh, or mushrooms because the texture's gross. So if the texture's weird, I'm out. Or spicy.
Keep going. Need some more?
Yeah. No eggplant. That's gross too. I don't really like it because the texture's weird. But I'll eat it. But I don't really like it. Chicken, if it has been frozen. You know the like frozen chicken that's like pre-cooked and smushed? Kind of more like patties. And then they like
Like the school food?
probably.
The school food is you talk? Like I don't think anyone likes that.
I don't know. It it's more like the chicken that you find in the frozen section that's been I think it's been pre-cooked. Like it already has the blackened stripes on it.
Mm-hmm. Chicken McNuggets?
Not really.
You ever seen those being made?
Yes, with the pink mush.
Yeah, it looks like pink paste.
That was really disgusting.
And then they have like little bitty, we're going to make them in weird little shapes. Like one's going to be a little boot. The other one's going to be kind of like the boot, but not like the boot. The other one's going to be a standard oval egg shape. And that's going to be your McChickens or McNuggets.
Yeah.
So I can see how you don't like patty chicken. I don't think like not a lot of people will go out of their way to buy that. Well, I mean, it's obviously there's a market for it. People are buying it, but it's not like, hey, give me that over fresh chicken any day. I'll eat that for days, right?
Yeah. See, I don't really. It's all like the texture's weird. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like mushrooms either.
No.
They're not good.
No, and my husband does most of the cooking, like 90% of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel very bad for him. It's glittery here, and I'm a picky eater, and he likes to cook, so he has a rough time.
And all he cooks is mushrooms.
I would
Patty
be so
chicken and mushrooms. What's that?
I would be so mad.
He's like, Catherine, I've made you this very exquisite meal here. It's a fried fried chicken patty, pre-cooked already, and I drizzled some green onions on top, sprinkled some salt and pepper, and some garlic, and it's what's that?
Fish sauce on top too.
And fish sauce. And I also have two varieties of tuna. The standard. I don't know the name. Like this, the regular tuna, and then the albacore white tuna, right? And I've made that into a patty for you. And we have slivered mushrooms on top, sautéed in eggplant oil, right?
Yeah, I would just eat cereal that night.
Do you have a favorite cereal?
Like, what is that called?
I love food. I love food. Let's talk about food.
Food is
Talk about food now. Go.
Okay. Life cereal. So I really, really love taking like 4 different kinds of cereal and mixing them together into one bowl. And you have to like even out the texture. So like a Chex, maybe like right now we have the maple syrup Cheerios, which is, and then like the Life cereal. Yeah, probably like 4 of them, and then maybe put some chocolate milk in it.
Chocolate milk. You've done that before?
Yes. It's just chocolatey. It's not too much different than regular milk.
That's cool. So how many boxes of cereal do you eat a day?
I try really hard not to. So maybe 1 bowl every other day. But when I'm working, that's like my meal at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
Which is oddly also a very common nurse thing, is to just have cereal.
Really? That's like a nurse stereotype, is they love cereal?
No, it's just like a common thread that you hear is that they're kind of too tired to eat a whole like hearty meal. So cereal's just
Uh-huh.
light. Gefilte fish might be what destroyed fish for me. Have you heard of that or tried it?
The only way I know about gefilte fish is through the show South Park.
I love South Park.
When they I think the episode was when South Park finds out that they're actually the planet Earth is a reality TV show, and they try to get the CEOs of the company of the Earth show to not cancel Earth, and the alien guys are eating gefilte fish. Or I think it's gefilte fish. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they're eating it, and then that's how I know that word. I don't know anything about it. So, did you have it?
No. I used to have to eat it when I was younger, like growing up. But it's like jellied fish.
Ew.
It's basically like the chicken nugget you were talking about, like the patty that's smushed, but then it's jellied and smushed into shape.
Into a what?
Like an oval egg shape.
Okay.
It's sweet.
And you had to eat it a lot.
Yes. My family's Jewish, so we ate gefilte fish on the regular.
What was that again?
It's a Jewish food.
Okay. And you had to eat a lot of it, and you're like, I don't want to eat it.
Yeah, and a lot of it might be like a couple times a year, but that was too much.
Okay, too much. I remember my food that I don't like when I was a kid was a tuna casserole. For some reason, though, I do crave it from time to time, but mainly for nostalgia, not because I necessarily like, whoa, this is the best thing since sliced bread. I would love to have myself some tuna casserole, mom style, made old school, childhood memory tuna casserole. Do you ever have that with gefilte fish?
Heck no.
No, you're never eating dinner with your husband and is like, you know what I could go for? Those egg jello things.
You would think I was an alien trying to destroy the planet if I said that.
So you love South Park.
Yeah, although I haven't really watched any of the new episodes in the last like 10 years, but I do reference it a lot. And
Yeah.
I am saddened that so many people don't know what I'm talking about. And I do reference it.
You might have to catch up and come up with more newer references.
Yeah.
So that they get it, because they probably don't remember the old South Park references. You need to update.
Like Hanky the Christmas Poo. That's a universal knowledge thing.
Yeah, that was an old, like that was like the second or third season, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. I remember I got like the full season on VHS, and at the intro, we didn't have cable, but they had the Matt and Trey Parker. Every time they did like a new scene, they had a different dog that they were referencing before they introduced the episode. It was really weird. Yeah, so like, isn't that right, Sparky? And they had like, a golden retriever, and then they said, well, and then they referenced the Sparky again. It was like a black lab or a corgi or something. It's a different dog each time. Interesting. So you like South Park? Any like cartoons or shows like that nature that you're really interested in right now?
No. Again, I'll watch whatever my kids watch, because usually they're the ones that are picking the TV during the day.
Okay.
And then I'm painting at night. So We have been watching lots of Phineas and Ferb, which is surprisingly hilarious.
Uh-huh. And you're painting in the evening now. Like, is that a constant for you?
Yes. Yes. It's kind of rare if I don't.
So it's 3 to 5 hours in the evening, or 2 to 3 hours in the evening?
Probably 2 to 3. It's a very lucky day if I get to do more.
And it's a habit? Would you say it's a habit? You formed a habit?
No. It's more like ice cream getting after you eat dinner. Like it's my reward for the day.
Oh wow. That must that must be actually. I'm gonna like compare myself. I would like that. I would like you wouldn't know it, but I actually, a lot of times when I'm painting, it's like being in purgatory sometimes for me. I'm not always happy when I'm working on art, and which would be really odd, which is odd, right? And maybe it's because I'm not necessarily working on my work. I don't know, and maybe it's because I don't know what my work is, right? So like
For
uh,
sure.
so I'm a little bit envious. Like I wish I was in that place. That'd be kind of nice to be like, to consider like, oh, this is a treat, you know, this is a treat, instead of, it's like, uh, I guess I gotta go. It's like me clocking into work, you know,
Yeah.
and I need to get, maybe I need to get in that place. I don't know. I'm kind of trapped at the moment, but so it's like a treat for you, huh?
Yeah.
And you
And
get
I
in
think
a zen, like, it's not a habit, because if it was a habit, well, maybe it is. Maybe you have a habit of eating ice cream at at night, right?
I
You wish.
I wish. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I did a bunch of good things, productive things. I deserve this, right?
Mhm.
So do you have any like habits or any type of thing, like things that you established that get you to where you need to be throughout the week or day,
So that I can paint.
so you can paint, or so that you can accomplish uh, some goals that you have in mind?
I think I'm a very organized person. So I'm like a type A, but in a parallel universe. So I have things that I need to get done, and I have the lists in my own way. But anybody else looking at them, it would seem completely and utterly unorganized. But to me, I know exactly what I need to do and what I'm doing. So you seem much more organized than me, because I could not organize a day like that, like any sort of organization. So I'll know what I need to do, and I just kind of try to do it in between momming and whatever other adulting stuff has to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And then painting is just totally different. I can just come into my art room, turn on a podcast, and it's like a different world.
How many hours a day do you sleep?
That's also a good question. Uh,
Because you say you stay up till midnight painting usually,
and
and
then neither of my kids sleep very well, so then I'll probably wake up at like 1, and then 3, and then 5, and at least 6:30 we'll go downstairs and wake up. So not a lot.
5 hours, six,
No, probably like 5 on average.
probably like what,
4 or 5,
4 or 5?
and very interrupted. So coffee's
Okay.
important.
So it's very you you function on very little sleep.
Yes. I don't know if we could call it functioning completely, but I am alive.
Yeah.
And I'm not falling asleep right now. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Well, when you're painting, it's when it brings joy or really exciting, and things are clicking, like the visual medium, the painting is falling in place the way you like it. All the blocks, all the puzzle pieces are just lining up and perfectly in simpatico. Is that the right word?
Sure.
Sure.
It'll work.
In front of you, and it's exciting, right? And there's no roadblocks occurring. You can be really energized. I can get that,
Yeah.
right?
Even just like mixing the colors and feeling the paintbrush with the paint on the canvas. Yeah, all the little simple things. Like you said, you're a teacher, right?
Yeah.
So whenever I've taught classes, I always enjoy that you have to break down in your head what each little step is so that you can explain it to someone who's never done it before. Because people like us who've done it for so long, it's easy to not think about what the process is. You just do it. So
Yeah.
I like to kind of think about that and take the time to really appreciate each step and kind of try to be aware of what I'm doing paint, because sometimes
Mhm.
it will take me much longer to finish just because I'm just enjoying the painting of it without really
Mhm.
thinking the end result. So when I'm more focused, it's slightly less fun if I have to rush and finish some stuff, um, but then I'm really thinking about where I'm placing the colors and the lines and the blocks. Otherwise, it's just kind of like free for all, even if it's a form or a portrait or yeah.
How long do you think you spend on a painting?
So oils, um, I would usually have 3 paintings going at once, so it would take me a couple of months to finish all 3 of them.
Uh-huh.
But now with acrylics and with more experience, I can do like a pet portrait in like a week or 2.
Uh-huh. And that's working 3 hours, 3 to 5 hours a night.
Yeah,
And I noticed that you have stretcher bars kind of hanging out back there. You stretch your own canvases?
not anymore. I actually just cut the canvas off of that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trash, lots of stuff hidden.
So it's trash. Why'd you cut it off?
Well, I'll use it at some point. Um, it was ripped in one part, like too big to fix. But I still liked one part of it, so I cut out the one part and attached it to. I just kind of like made a random collage
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
out of it.
Um, when you went to college, was your major going to be art, or was it strictly to go to nursing?
Um, it was just for nursing. I ended up taking one painting class when I was pregnant with my son, just so that I would, because I knew I wouldn't be able to paint for a while after he was born.
Uh-huh.
Um, so that was fun. But otherwise, no, I always thought it was a waste of money and time to go to school for something that I could already do and learn myself, which was really
Almost
stupid.
anything now. What's that?
I think that was a very stupid way to look at that.
Yeah.
And my focus was just on the future and being successful in a specific way. Um, I probably would have really enjoyed art school and learned a lot faster. And like art history, I don't know much about art history except for things that interest me and I just research.
Yeah. The art school go what art school in my perspective shows is um it opens your mind, your your world to different insight. Like it's kind of like when you have when you're an artist, you have a certain aesthetic, right? And you're searching online. Uh, you don't get you won't stumble upon certain artists because you don't you're not looking for that type of aesthetic or like imagery, right? So that's what it kind of what school, like art school, is like. Artists that you would never ever be exposed to or even be remotely have knowledge about would have been escaped you. It's like having a mentor. It's like having a different set of eyes, you know. Um,
Yeah.
like just like with the internet allows you to kind of look up all these artists, but if you don't know what you're looking for, you're just going to find the stuff that you like, and it's going to keep the algorithms are going to keep feeding you exactly the same type of like artwork style.
Yeah.
So 3 months, couple months to do 2 or 3 paintings. Why do you paint couple paintings at a time?
Wait, I have to go plug my computer in.
Uh-oh.
Before that does. It was mostly just with oils because I would do so many layers. So with my oil paintings, I would do about like 50 or 60. This is fun, huh? Like 50 or 60 layers. And so it has to dry between each one. And I would use liquid, which is the fast dry medium.
Yeah.
But it would still be like a day in between each one. So there's only so much you could do at a time before it got too tacky to work with or otherwise.
Did you say 50 or 60 layers of paint?
Yes.
And that's like were you using like, is that the beginnings painting series?
Yes.
Okay. So that's why when I was looking at the photos of them, you can see that like kind of varnish type of appearance and that glow because you're doing like thin glazing.
Yes. Lots of it.
Yeah, that's like almost the only way you can achieve that effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of that, to get that effect, that glowing effect on your figures, you need that layer for all those layers for the light to bounce through. Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, it makes it really luminescent, especially when there's some. Sorry, my husband's being a weirdo. Sorry. There's some colors, like the transparent iron oxides, that are too orange or too yellow to be the top layer, but they work really well, like beautifully in the middle layers, so that by the time you get to the top layer, you can see it through all those, and it really creates this beautiful glow. So like those paintings in person look, I think a lot better in person, but you can see all of the layers and you can see layers underneath coming through, like veins. So I would start it with usually an acrylic underpainting, and then I would have colors be very abstract and bright. So like bright purple, bright yellow, bright blue, in the different shaded areas, and put the veins, like draw big blue veins wherever those would go. And then after so many layers, that would all dim. And so it wouldn't look vibrant anymore. It would just slowly become normal skin color looking, but you could still see that underneath.
Where'd you learn that technique?
So working at the art store was basically my art teacher, because I got to work with a lot of people who had gone to art school, and professional artists that would come in and I would ask them stuff, or they would tell me things. And so I kind of got it from people being like, oh, your style's kind of like this. You should look up this person. And then I would go research that. I'm a big researcher.
So it's almost like you got paid to learn.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so what are you currently what are you currently doing right now? Like work wise? What's getting you really excited? Like what's
Portraits, but kind of funky portraits. So again, with the name of my business, Shadow Work. So the portraits I really like doing are where it's not just the person, like you see the person, but you also see like the colors around them. And it just kind of helps bring out more of who they are, and looser than my oils. So I'm able to finish them faster, but also, I mean, acrylics do some stuff that's pretty cool. Like you can really see the grit of the brushstroke and the texture.
mm-hmm.
Um, but I love doing people and pets and trying to bring out something more than just a copy of their image.
Mm-hmm.
And I love.
How's the pets going for you?
Good.
Yeah.
I've had at least a 5 to 10 person waiting list since last Christmas.
Since last Christmas for a
So
year.
yeah, it's been pretty consistent. And I feel like every one that I do, I'm learning something new and getting better at it or more detailed. And it's really fun because especially pets, like they have so much life to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's hard to catch them still. So it's fun to try to paint in that kind of movement.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not quite like people where you have to have it exactly perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Just mostly perfect.
You can be a little bit more forgiving with the hair.
Yes.
Like, right?
Yeah. The hair is very fun. I love doing the hair.
So that's been keeping you busy since then.
Yeah. And people portraits. But I think I've been doing a lot of dogs. I just did a really fun horse.
A horse?
Yeah.
Very cool.
But I think that goes back to my more medical side.
Uh-huh.
Because I know what the muscles are and I know what it's supposed to look like and the
Mm-hmm.
structure of the body. So I think it's just easier for me to see what I know should be there. And then try to unsee it so that I can paint it correctly.
All right. I think I think we're coming to an end. Don't you feel it? I feel it. Or maybe it's because I'm getting a little tired.
I think either way that works. I'll
Yeah.
probably fall asleep.
But before we end it, what is some advice that you would give? Either it could be life advice, uh, like business advice, art advice, to the next generation, the current generation, the generation above us, right? What would you give? What would you bestow upon? Like, what kind of advice could you bestow upon them, give them, provide them, like something that you feel to be inherently true?
Trust yourself and ask yourself. A lot of people ask other people for advice, but listen to yourself. Ask yourself first.
Do you do that often?
Yeah.
So what do you mean, like, how would I ask myself something?
In your head, you can ask yourself, or you can say it out loud.
Should I or should I not have a hamburger tomorrow?
Yeah, and then just kind of think about it. And
Okay.
if your body's like, ugh, then probably the answer is no.
Any art advice, like
I think
life
it goes
advice?
with that too.
Is that all of it?
That's pretty encompassing. But
Yeah.
especially with art, if art is so free, you can do anything in its art. I showed my daughter what minimalist paintings are today, and we were laughing about that. But that's art.
You don't like them?
Well, we were looking at the really funny ones where it's just like empty white canvases.
Oh yeah, with like a dot on it or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Yeah.
But that's fine if that's what someone really wants to do. But as an artist trying to figure out what you're going to do consistently,
Mhm.
you can't really ask other people that. It has to be something you really love.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Catherine, I just want to say thank you for taking a lot of time out of your day to kind of talk to me about yourself, and we learned a lot. We didn't get into the art house installation thing, but maybe that might be for another day.
Yeah.
Because you showed me a photo of it, and I like it just escaped my mind. That should be for another day. But thank you again. Really appreciate you. And again, congratulations on like having like just a wait list for dog portraits forever for days. That's pretty cool. That's really super awesome. I'm quite happy for you for that. I wish you all the best, and let's keep in touch. All
Yeah.
right. Have
Thank
a
you.
Yeah, thank you, and have a wonderful night.
Thank you too.